Alright guys, in today's video we're going to be looking at Bethereum. Now Bethereum is a social betting platform built on the Ethereum blockchain. So we're going to take a look at that today and we're going to see what they've got in store for the future. My name's James Stothard and I'm here with Cryptopig, where we bring you the latest crypto news, review the most exciting blockchain projects and, of course, help you make sense of the market through technical analysis, training and videos. To take your crypto trading to the next level, make sure that you subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to be alerted to all of our regular live streams and daily news content. So guys, in this review, the first thing we're going to be doing is looking at the metrics for Bethereum. Now, Bethereum is a very small token. It's a very small project, and one that up until you guys voted for it on the Telegram group, I hadn't actually heard of. So we're going to talk a little bit about the metrics first before we talk about what the project's doing and what it does differently from the competition. We can see that currently the price is just 0.00544 cents per token. It has a very low market cap of only just $285,156. Now, as market caps goes, this is incredibly low. But of course, with such a low market cap comes very low volume. In fact, the trading volume at the moment just stands at just over $17,000, which, as any of you who do any trading knows, is just incredibly low. There are a total of 1 billion tokens that are going to be available. At the moment, there are just under 500 million in circulation. Now, it is listed on a couple of exchanges, but to be honest with you, the only one worth looking at is CoinTiger, because literally the others have very little, if not zero, volume, which is a bit of a shame. But let's talk a bit more about that in a moment. Now, this project was actually up for ICO back in June, July in 2018. And now during the public sale, it was one Ethereum for 17,500 Bether tokens. At the time, Ethereum was going for around $513. And so the price of each Bether token at time of ICO would have been around 3 cents. As you can see, it's a very large loss for those who got in on this at the ICO. Now, with regards to token distribution, actually it was pretty good. 60% was going to people on the sale, and only 20% of that was going to the actual team and their advisors, with 12% actually being placed for development. Now, global betting is a huge market, and it is also referenced in the white paper that estimates are that global betting is about a $3 trillion global industry. Now, it's worth pointing out that 80% of that is said to be completely illegal. What, of course, Bethereum are trying to do is to offer a legal way to bet, one that can be accessed globally, but also as well as they're doing it in a slightly different way, and their approach is for the platform to be about social betting. Now, this is the part of the project that I actually really like. So with normal betting, you're betting against the house or against the bookies. However, with this platform, you're not betting against the Bethereum team. You're betting against other community members. So you're betting against other Bether token holders. And most times it's going to be people who you are friends with. The whole point is that it's the equivalent of sitting with a few friends, watching a game and going, hey, I'm going to put a bet down on this. I bet you Man U scores 3-0 to whoever it is they're playing. And your friend goes, oh, okay, I'll take that bet. And you do it like that. But instead of doing it with a couple of pound in your pocket, you can do it with any of your friends across the globe using the Bether token. Now, the great thing about this is that you're not having to worry about the house basically stacking the odds against you to make their money. They make their money through fees, which they get whether you win or lose. So in my opinion, this does make it a fairer experience. And of course, the fact that it's all on the blockchain means that everything can be traced, and so that you have some transparency there that you don't get when you place a bet with other online vendors or with you know, a bookie on the street. When I say the street, I actually mean, you know, the high street. I don't mean dodgy guys on the corner taking bets from from whoever it is. But you get my point. Now, the main issues that the Bethereum team wanted to actually approach and solve in the gambling industry was transparency. And to do that, the first thing they wanted to look at was scalability. They wanted a platform that they could actually offer up not just sports, but other things as well eventually, other types of betting, and they've been able to do that. So they've added now e-gaming, esports to the platform as well. So there's CSGO and there's Dota and a couple of other games on there that you can actually place bets on. The other thing I really like about the platform is that if you bet on any of the esports, they actually stream that match on the platform as well, so you can watch it. There's a chat box as well, so you can chat to other people who've put bets on that game. So there's a real, and like they say, social betting, so there is a real social aspect to this, and I do actually really like that. So the other thing they wanted to be able to do was to address transparency. And so to do that, you use smart contracts on the platform, which means that funds are secured and that they bring in Oracle's data from an Oracle service to actually put in whether a team won or lost. So they get that data from trusted sources through an Oracle that they've set up. And it's that Oracle that can validate the matches. The other thing as well was entertainment and retainment of people using the platform. So what they've done is they've integrated gamification into the platform as well. So you can actually score points as well as obviously being able to win more Bether tokens. And there's other incentives as well to keep you using the platform. And the final thing that they wanted to be able to do was to look at keeping it simple. Now, a lot of platforms look very complicated online, and these guys decided they needed to keep the UI simple and easy to use. So it does just take a couple of steps to be able to set up your own bet, and even less effort to be able to take somebody's odds on another bet. Now, this platform is definitely targeting the more casual bettor, and it is also a web-built application, but it's also been optimized for mobile use as well. They were originally going to be doing their own apps for the App Store and also for Play Store as well, Google Play, but they didn't actually do that in the end. They decided that they would use a web-optimized app because they found that there were too many hurdles in the way to be able to get an app onto the App Store itself, and also as well regulatory things as well that might have come up. So they felt that it was probably best to actually do this as a web app. That way people could just use it on whatever device they are actually using at the time. Now, as I said, that they do allow you to bet on team sports, but they also have esports as well, and they've now introduced an interactive game as well. So you pay a certain amount of Bether tokens to have a go at the game, and the more successful and skilled you are at that game, the more you can win. So that's also a pretty cool feature, and this, I think, is in preparation for their push for their commercial platform that they're going to be launching later this year, which I'll bring up again. Now, looking at the team is actually very experienced. CEO Giacomo Tognoni has a lot of experience leading large teams and working in telco. Now, his last company, Aikiro, was actually a mobile games development company, and they launched a game called PlanetStorm Fallen Horizon. Now, the game's had over 50,000 downloads on Android, but I don't think that the company's operating anymore. But then, I mean, it is a tough industry. The average indie game actually makes just $25,000 in its first year, but it is a great amount of experience that he's able to bring over to Bethereum, especially seeing as gamification and mobile gaming apps are actually, part of the plan for Bethereum. Now, the co-founders, Martin Herman and Peter Gall, are actually very experienced people in their own right too. Peter Gall has 15 years of telco, IT, and even banking experience. And Martin Herman has developed several apps himself, as well as being the CEO and founder of a digital creative studio, which have been making apps and websites for clients across Europe. So the team itself is actually very, very good behind this project. And of course, the platform is up and running. Now, as I said in the intro, this platform is built on Ethereum, but it does have its own Bethernet protocol, an application layer, and the Bether token as well. Now, the Bethernet protocol contains what the team called the 5 pillars. Now, that's the developer SDKs, the Oracle service, the Bether token, the Bethereum wallet, and the smart contract builder. Now, the developer SDKs are basically a way for developers to integrate Bethereum into their products. And it includes tools, libraries, and templates for them to be able to use so that they can integrate the Bethereum token into whatever it is they're developing. And as we saw, they have created their own game that rewards people in Bethereum. So I think that there will be this push to get people using the Bethereum token for gaming experiences. The Oracle service, again, is a trusted way that they're developing to bring match results into the smart contracts. This, of course, is incredibly necessary because otherwise, how will you be able to trust that that is the actual score? So that's great that they're working on that, and they've been developing an Oracle service that actually can be trusted by the community. Now, of course, the token and the wallet is self-explanatory. However, I thought I'd mention the smart contract builder because that would be quite interesting too. And this is going to be another tool for developers to be able to use, which will allow for developers to create smart contracts using the Bethereum protocol in an easy to way and easy to understand manner. Now, I briefly mentioned as well at the beginning that the way Bethereum's team make money is through fees that they get on bets on the platform, but also commissions too. And as well, they are looking at a model where they will do a revenue share with people who use the Bethereum protocol in the future. And talking about that future, there is going to be a soft launch at the end of this year for their commercial platform. Now, this is something that they promised they were going to be doing from the very beginning, so it's good to see that that's rolling out. The commercial platform is going to be allowing websites and actual physical casinos, physical arcades to be able to implement the Bethereum protocol and use their system to actually provide online betting. So that's quite an interesting angle as well. And if you are somebody who enjoys betting, well, they're also going to be running a competition, and it's a free to enter competition in a couple of weeks' time, and be able to perhaps win something quite decent at the end of it. Now, obviously for that, you'll need to take a look at their Telegram group or go over to their Twitter, but I have been told that the competition is going to be pretty good, so there's something there to look forward to. Now, I won't go into a price analysis in today's video, but if you'd like to see me do an analysis of the Bether token over on CoinTiger, join me in my live stream this Sunday. Now, it is really important to remind you that online gambling is a very crowded market. Yes, there's lots of money that can be made in this space, but there are also a lot of competitors. And even if you were to look at just blockchain projects on their own, you would see thousands and thousands of betting and gambling projects out there. Funfair is just one that comes to mind, but there are even some on EOS and other platforms as well. So it is very competitive, and I think that that does play against Bethereum. Now, I do really love the social aspect of Bethereum, and I do think that that does make it stand out. But we do need to remember it's very, very low market cap, and the actual volume is very low too. So unfortunately, that would rule it out from a day or swing trading perspective for me. Now, it has got a very low market cap, so it could be a possible long-term investment. However, I'll be honest with you, I do like what they're doing. I think that the team is fantastic and the platform is very, very good too. But to be honest with you, I do think that you would be better off using this the way that the team actually initially envisioned it to be used, as a fun way to make bets with your friends and members of your community. I hope that you found this review useful, and if you enjoyed it, please make sure that you like and of course subscribe to the channel. As always, this is not financial advice, and you should always do your own research. For fresh crypto content, visit us at cryptopig.com, and I will see you next time.